Hi everybody, it's your friend Karma again. Welcome to episode 21 of My Life Stories. Well, who knew when I started this little channel, I would even get this far. Thank you to all my viewers and subscribers for hanging in there with me. And if you're a new viewer, please consider subscribing to my channel. Today's video has been sponsored by Pop's Trading Post. A link to Pop's Trading Post has been listed below. For those of you that don't know, May is National Pet Month, and July 27th to August 3rd is National Feed a Rescue Pet Week. In preparation for National Pet Month, I'm going to do a pet story here and there, and then a compilation video of these stories for May. So sit back, get comfortable, and I'll begin with today's story. The story I have for you today is called Muttley B. Dear Karma, I know you did a pet story called Goodbye, Dear Sweet Dino. Oh, that's right, I did. If you're curious, it was episode 15. I have another pet story for you about my son and his dog. You have my permission to read the story on one of your videos, and I have included some pictures and videos for you to use. I have a grown son who's in his 30s, who I will call B. He's a wonderful young man, but he did have his heart broken a few years ago. As a result, he has become somewhat antisocial and a little bit of a hermit. He's always been a hard worker, but due to some office politics, he was laid off from a job he had for almost 10 years. While he was collecting unemployment, he decided to get out of the house by helping to walk our dog. On one of these walks, an emaciated, scraggly, dirty old mop of a stray approached him to play with our dog. You could tell that this dog had been out on his own for a long time. He could barely see, as his hair was so long. He was covered with ticks and fleas, but my son was amazed at this poor little animal's disposition. He had obviously been abused and maybe abandoned, but was sweet and docile, and to my son's amazement, he smiled at him. He was missing some of his bottom teeth and looked snaggle-toothed. My son shooed him away at first, but as he walked away, he said he couldn't forget the sweet smile this poor little stray had given him. He went back and told the little dog, "If you want to go home with me, you'll have to follow me home." The little dog seemed to understand and persistently followed my son the 1.5 miles back home. I screamed when I first saw him. He was a mess. And then he smiled at me too. And I felt my heart break for him. I tried to pet him, but he bit me. He only seemed to respond to my son. B took the little stray inside and gave him a bath so he could stay inside the house. The next day, he took him to the vet. The vet disclosed that he was approximately 11 months old, a Shih Tzu, and had heartworms. B put him on a slow-kill medication and slowly nursed him back to health. A trip to a pet store followed to get him groomed. When B brought him back home, he looked totally different. Because of the snaggletooth smile he had, B decided to call this little dog Muttley. Quick side note, Muttley was the sidekick of Snidely Whiplash, the nemesis of Dudley Do-Right. Do a quick Google search and you can get more information on these characters. My son fell in love with Muttley, and as I said before, Muttley will only ever listen to B. B went back to work at a popular fast food chain to pay the bills when his unemployment ran out. Muttley waited for him patiently every day, begging B to pick him up as soon as he walked in the door. They developed a close and loving bond. One day, my son had a terrible accident. It was so bad that he flatlined at the scene, but thankfully he was brought back by the paramedics that assisted him. He was in the hospital for weeks with broken ribs, a broken hip, a broken leg, and lots of trauma to his body. Muttley was inconsolable. He went into their room and refused to come out and refused to eat. I've never seen a dog cry real tears before, but I swear Muttley cried for B when no one was looking. He couldn't understand why B had not come home to him. My son was eventually released from the hospital to come home. As a result of the accident, he now has a steel rod holding his leg and hip together. I thought Muttley would jump out of his skin when he saw B. We had to be careful with him to make sure he didn't accidentally hurt B as he was healing. For his part, Muttley became very overprotective of B, and even now growls if anybody comes into their room unannounced. I let him know that I had an issue with this one time by throwing a shoe at him. I missed. My son has had Muttley for almost 5 years now. The other day, he came home from the bed with both dogs. Without a word, he carried Muttley into his room, where I heard him break into tears. I've never seen my son do that, not even when he was hurt and in pain. So I asked him to please tell me what was wrong. He explained that the vet had found murmurs in the hearts of both dogs. My dog is at stage 4 and Muttley is at stage 5. At stage 6, most dogs have a stroke or stroke out and die. We both cried after that. I assured B that Muttley was happy and doing well. He has a treasure trove of toys, enough food and treats to eat, and a roof over his head. We will have to give both dogs medicine for the rest of their lives, but they have happy lives and love to go on their 2 walks every day. I pointed to Muttley, who was looking at my son intently. He doesn't understand your sadness, I said. B calmed down and said he would cherish Muttley for as long as he could. Muttley is a dapper fellow who loves everyone in his pack. Every morning, he insists on jumping on everyone's lap to get his share of love. He has been a lifesaver for my son, and I believe that without Muttley, B would not exercise as much as he does. Muttley has taught B how to love again and how to care for someone other than himself. I don't know what made this sweet little dog follow my son home, but I'm glad that he did. Karma, please remind your viewers that strays and shelter pets can be warm and loving, even if not bought from expensive breeders. And that little stray that you rescue off the street can become your most dedicated, loyal, and faithful friend. I believe all dogs deserve good homes and happy lives. Sincerely, GM. I really love to hear pet stories. It seems like every single pet has their own little personality. And I can't imagine a world without pets. If you have a special pet or have rescued a stray, please let me know in the comments section. And leave 3 heart emojis to show you like the story and appreciate the author. Remember, comments and likes are 2 of the best ways to support this channel. I'd like to thank the author of this story, and thank you so much for the pictures. They really made this story come alive for me. If you would like your story read on my channel, please submit your story to karma@karmagetin.com or post to you/Karmagetin on Reddit. All stories will be read anonymously with either initials, descriptions, or pseudonames only. Thank you again, Pop's Trading Post, for sponsoring this video. If you would like to place an order through Pop's Trading Post, please use discount code Karmagetin, all caps, for a 20% discount at checkout. If you liked this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Feel free to share with anyone and subscribe and hit the bell icon to receive notifications regarding any of my new videos that come out. That's all I have for you today. And remember, do something nice today and help me change the world.
It's not their turn. turn to shine like the rays of the sunlight reaching out my arms.
So catch you next Tuesday. Have a fantastic day and night, and I will see you laters!